Okay, let's take a look at some post footwork. You guys saw the workout, and let's see what it looks like on some game clips. Okay, first tacking off that lead foot. Let's take a look at it here. Getting to a low base, pushing off this back leg here. This toe points forward, so this one's got a base where you're pushing off of. This one's pointing to where you're going. Building a brick house over that inside leg, so being strong right there. Creating space. You can see a little bump there on number 5. Created some space, and then being able to go straight up, hit that little hook shot. Okay, let's watch the feet. Little tap off that back foot, creating power. This toe right here turns forward so his hips can rotate over that angle. Building a brick house over that inside foot. You can see right there that little bump knocks that guy back, creates that vertical space for him to get the shot. Okay, the reverse now. You guys notice the soft touch on the shot, but it's really about the balanced base that allows him to do this. So you can see the 2 feet right here facing towards the 3-point line, reaching back with that back foot, reverse pivot, and now his feet are facing the exact opposite direction. So he starts, feet going this way, his feet end up parallel over on this other side. So when you guys are working on that sideline, imagine that line spinning from one side to the other. Once again, let's look at the footwork. Okay, toes pointing that direction. Spin, reach, get that balance right there. Both feet down, and now we're shooting off a balanced base. Okay, let's talk about sealing in the post, particularly off of ball screens. Okay, you can see the roll here, getting that good screen, sprinting first 3 steps, looking for the roll here, and as the ball gets reversed, he's pinning this guy, keeping him in the key. A lot of players will plant this foot and move towards the ball, and they'll give up that space instead of a reverse pivot and maintain that space, bury your man in the key. So use this roll to get your man in a deep post position. Okay, now on the high-low, you can see him finding his man, sticking his shoulder into his chest. Okay, sealing him off so that this guy can't get around either shoulder. His arms are extended in a field goal position like this. If you have your hand up on this guy's body, they'll call an offensive foul. You can see him showing the target, not letting the defender cross the midline. What a lot of players will do is they'll come off this right here. They'll see the balls go in this direction, and they'll immediately run to this block, which will allow this guy to sprint over the top and kind of make it hard for this guy to pass it in, or just kind of allow him to be a moving target and make it hard to throw in. So you got to seal that guy at the midline. Get yourself good post position on the other side. Okay, getting post position on a ball reversal. You can see he wants it to come around this side. Let's watch him as the ball gets reversed. It's really going to be all about this top foot and this top foot. So if this defender can get over his foot, he'll be able to get into a fronted post or try to gum it up from 21 entering into the post. So you got to prevent him from getting that top foot. You can see the really good timing right here. Boom. and now there's no way that he's going to be able to get over this foot right here. Okay, now that he's got him sealed, he's using his shoulders and hips to keep the man off. Okay, he's just using these arms extended like a field goal post in football, not trying to wrap it around this guy's waist. That's going to prevent these guys over here from calling an offensive foul on you. Okay, working for post position here. You can see the multiple efforts. So on this side, playing low, looking for that angle, doesn't have it. Nice little spin move, getting it on the other side. So multiple efforts, working hard. Side note on working hard, I know it's tough being at the bottom of the roster, whether you're a coach or a player. You just got to put in the work, commit to the grind. You just got to work your way up. Here I am standing in the corner, and I'm fortunate a few years later to be a little bit closer to this side of the bench. But you got to be willing to put in the work, grind, never get down on yourself, stick with it. Okay, let's take a look at some nuances of setting screens. First thing, you want to make every screen an ambush. And I do love this clip, even though it ends up in an offensive foul. But you can see here, setting up the screen, planting the foot, changing speeds, sprinting into this thing, and you can see the confusion it creates for the defense, separation it creates for the ball handler. Okay, a little lesson on moving screens now. Okay, feet outside of shoulders, you can't have it that wide. You got to be everything inside a telephone booth. Second, can't lean your hips outside the telephone booth. So European game definitely lets go a lot of screens, but this would absolutely be called in a college game. Okay, the angle of your screen, we absolutely do not want to let the defender under. You can see this angle right here, the bottom third of the defensive player, feet facing to this corner. A lot of players will have both feet facing to this corner and allows defenders to slip right under the screen. So ideal screening angle, don't let him under. Okay, forward pivot now, setting that screen, getting off into a forward pivot. You want to make sure you win that first 3 steps. So 1, 2, 3. Those 3 steps got to be a full sprint to the rim. You got to get down in this restricted circle. Make one of these help defenders guard you. Great job. First 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. Sprinting all the way down to the circle. Okay, the reverse pivot, same thing, setting it reverse, 1 step, 2 step. Those first 3 steps are going right to the rim. And the final thing, these good teams are going to create bumper cars to get in your way going to the rim. Don't be deterred, don't be slowed down. You got to be an animal, you got to be a beast. Blast through these guys, get to the rim, and make the help defenders rotate. Okay, being able to score as a screener, whether it's rolling, popping, or in the short roll. A lot of times guys get confused when they're in that role where exactly they can go score and where their game fits in. And so hopefully these clips will kind of describe that. The more versatile you can be, the better you can roll to the rim, the better you can score off short rolls. The more diverse you are scoring off pick and pops, obviously the more effective and dynamic you can be. Not to mention being able to attack mismatches. If they switch, scoring that little guy in the post, and if they have a bigger player, being able to get into space and attack him as well. So right here, just when you think about it, like this guy's doing all the ball handling for you, and now this guy's guarding you, he's going to get you in an advantageous spot where you don't have to dribble, but you're going to have an angle to the rim. So if you started a possession one-on-one like this and someone threw you the ball, you'd be in a pretty great position to score. That's the beauty of screens, and that's what you got to buy in on doing. Okay, and here a little short roll pick and pop. You can see the defender's momentum getting shifted, attacking against the grain, scoring one-on-one with an advantage. Okay, the pick and pop's a great time to get not only a hard closeout on you, especially if you're that threat to shoot, but really some great spacing opportunities to drive to the rim. Okay, this clip's fantastic. Creating separation from the screen. Okay, timing up this defender's momentum. A little go and catch footwork, attacking against his grain, going on a closeout. Great footwork, track start position, blown by for the easy basket. Okay, and you got to be able to operate in a tight space. You got to be able to make moves in this box right here, a little 5 by 5 foot window. So you got to have little shot fakes, step throughs. You got to be able to carve out space. You can see he gets stuck along the baseline. He's able to back up, create space, use the other side of the rim. You got to be able to find another angle. That shot right there being a crowd, able to spin out of it, finish with the left hand. So those are some things you can do out of the screen. Also, playing along the baseline is an undervalued aspect, both for guards and for bigs. So here you can see a guard getting behind his defender's eyes, playing along the baseline. This is a great opportunity for easy baskets, high percentage scoring opportunities. Key is to get there down there along the baseline, heels on the baseline. Many players will be trying to play here, or even worse, maybe in the key, right up here high. Play flat along the baseline, behind your defender's eyes. Creates more space for a pass and more space for you to make a play. So you can finish vertically up over the rim. You can work for angles along the baseline. Or you can use your power game, get physical, finish in the paint.